Coming up next, police are asking for your help in identifying a suspect in an assault on an Uber driver in our area.
Plus, it's Election Day in Pennsylvania. We're live at the polls with the latest. Also coming up.
So I've been around a while, and I was brought up in this church.
A local church celebrates an anniversary milestone. The Center County Report starts now.
Hi, I'm Talia Torello.
And I'm Mitch Stewart. Thanks for joining us. It's Election Day and the polls are open across the state, even though it's an off-year election. There are still more important county and local races on the ballot and a controversial victims' rights proposal. We begin our coverage with reporter Aaron Kemp live at the Hub on Penn State's campus, where people have been voting today. Aaron?
That's right, Mitch. I'm here at the Hub Roberson Center, where most of Penn State's on-campus students can vote. Now, the polls opened early this morning, but there have still been people filing in to cast their vote.
Since 7 a.m., the doors here have been open, and Heritage Hall has been busy with volunteers ready to help anyone who walks in. For anyone planning to vote today, the volunteers are here to help you through the process.
People can come in, get their ballots from us, and then we just kind of give them their ballot and then make sure it goes in correctly.
These two high school seniors decided to lend a helping hand on voting day to be able to interact with the voting process before their time comes.
Just to be a part of the process so we can fully understand it, because once we are adults, we are going to have to understand our right to vote.
A Penn State student stopped by the polls today to cast her vote before her classes started for the day.
I'm a poli-sci major, so this is extremely important. I know how much of an impact it has on our nation and even international politics, so voting is extremely important for people to do.
Some votes might not have as big of an impact as hoped for, as the Supreme Court ruled any votes cast today on a crime victims law, known as Marsy's Law, will not be counted. According to Ballotpedia, other items on today's ballot include Pennsylvania Superior Court and Pennsylvania's Commonwealth Court. Saylor encourages anyone who might be hesitant to make sure they cast their vote today.
Just go do it because it's really fast, it's really easy, and your vote does matter.
The polls will be open until 8 o'clock tonight, so if you haven't yet, there's still plenty of time to get out and vote. Live at the Hub, I'm Aaron Kemp for the Center County Report.
Thanks, Erin. You mentioned the victims' right constitutional amendment question. There's a major development on that today. The state Supreme Court has ruled state election officials will not count or certify the results of that ballot question. But the court's order does not stop anyone from voting on it. The ballot question has been in limbo since the League of Women Voters sued to challenge it. The organization argues the proposal improperly combined several changes into one amendment. And the summary that voters see at the polls does not capture the full set of changes it would make.
State College's mayor is running for magisterial district judge in today's election. If Don Hahn wins, he says he'll resign his mayor's position next month with 2 years still left in his term. That means the Borough Council has to select a new mayor to finish out his term. Council is meeting tomorrow at noon to talk about the process and about planning the vote to fill the job. There's a public hour at every meeting where residents can attend and give their input.
The 2020 election is still a year away, but big changes are already underway here in Pennsylvania to prepare. Let's go back live to University Park and the polling place at the Hub with reporter Samantha Rank. She has an update on what changes are being made and how they'll affect voters. Samantha?
Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf has signed legislation aimed at modernizing the state's election laws. New changes include new voting machines, an update to rules about mail-in ballots, and efforts to gather a more accurate state census. The state will provide up to $90 million to counties to buy new voting machines. These are current machines in Bellefonte, but the new voting machines will be new and improved and will have an audible paper backup aimed at helping to make election results more secure. The machines allow the voter to enter his or her own voter card, which records the votes. Afterwards, it's inserted into another voting machine that tabulates the results and searches for any mistakes. Changes are also being made to voter registration and mail-in ballots. Previously, Pennsylvania had a strict list of guidelines for absentee ballots, including job-related travel, illness, physical disability, or religious observance. The new legislation enables any voter to mail in a ballot for any reason. The mail-in ballots will be accepted up until 8 p.m. on Election Day. They're currently due the Friday before Election Day at 5 p.m. Finally, the straight party ticket option was eliminated, which now forces voters to choose a candidate individually instead of being able to select a specific single political party. $4 million is also being devoted to gathering a more accurate state census ahead of next year's presidential election. In University Park, I'm Samantha Rank for the Center County.
Thanks, Samantha. We'll follow today's election on our Center County Report social media channels. In other news, State College police are asking for public help to identify a suspect in an assault case. They say on Saturday morning around 2 a.m., this man in the photo walked on top of an Uber, causing damage to the vehicle. Then they say he assaulted the driver when confronted. This happened on East Calder Way between Garner and Sauer Street. Police say if you know who this is, please give them a call.
Convicted child sex abuser Jerry Sandusky is due in court Friday in Bellefonte for his resentencing. And there's also a new assault allegation against him. The crime allegedly happened in the Lash football building sometime between 2000 and 2010. Sandusky is serving a 30 to 60-year prison sentence, but an appeals court ordered him to be resentenced because mandatory minimums were improperly applied. Sandusky is also asking to move his appeals process to federal court.
The State College area is facing a worker shortage, especially for part-time positions, causing some places to close temporarily while looking for new employees. Businesses are putting up hiring signs and advertising higher wages and benefits like bonuses that workers can earn by joining their teams. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, unemployment increased slightly in Pennsylvania from 3.9% in August to 4% in September, but it's still near historic lows. In State College, unemployment is around 3%.
A local church is continuing a year-long celebration to mark its 175th anniversary. Bailey McBride reports from Bellefonte.
St. John Lutheran Church has been celebrating their 175th anniversary all year, and Sunday they had a special service to commemorate All Saints' Day delivered by visiting Bishop Michael Rhyme.
So I've been around a while, and I was brought up in this church, so.
In the late 1700s, the Lutheran Church established themselves in Center County, and in 1844, St. John Lutheran Church was dedicated to the congregation. There have been several structures built since, due to damage and fires. The fourth and now standing church was built in August of 1970. Their current organ was dedicated to the church in 1973.
The summer before my high school graduation, I started taking organ lessons.
They will be celebrating 175 years all season long with festivities here in late November and December. Members of the congregation have been putting together photos and mementos to be on display for everyone to look back through the history and remember their favorite memories in the church.
I'm going to different churches all my life, playing the organ. I guess that's my favorite memory.
I think it's wonderful. A lot of fun things to look at.
The history of Bellefonte is a little bit richer with this celebration. In Bellefonte, I'm Bailey McBride for the Center County Report.
For more information about their upcoming events, check out the St. John Lutheran Bellefonte, PA Facebook page.
November is here and there might be snow in the forecast this week. We'll check in with Casey in a few minutes to get the 7-day outlook.
Plus, a famous nickname in our area now has its own trademark. Find out who owns it now. And hundreds turned out to run, walk, and raise money for a good cause. We'll take you there after the break. After almost a year, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office has authorized Penn State to trademark Happy Valley on clothing and hats. The trademark was added to the supplemental register, which now allows Penn State to control the use of the nickname. The university says it will not charge local retailers to use the term Happy Valley on clothing. The university says it wants to protect the name from use that's not consistent with Penn State or community values.
Sunny and cool weather greeted hundreds of people who turned out over the weekend for a 5K run walk for a good cause. Reporter Zach Smith was there for the Coaches vs. Cancer event at Penn State.
Hundreds turned out over the weekend to fight cancer. It was the 24th annual Penn State Coaches vs. Cancer 5K run. Some runners have a personal connection to someone with cancer they're supporting.
People have come from all over for the 24th annual 5K race for Penn State. Students, adults, children, even the basketball players have all come to support this one cause, to fight cancer.
I've been affected by cancer, so it definitely means something for me to go out here and at least run.
Others just wanted to get some exercise while supporting a good cause. Runners arrived at the Penn State golf courses to start checking in for the race. The Nittany Lion basketball team came out to show their support, led by head coach Patrick Chambers.
I think it's great for our guys to come out and support the community, support the families that are in need.
Since the event began 24 years ago, the Coaches vs. Cancer 5K has helped contribute more than $3.2 million to support the American Cancer Society. Chambers says it's a year-long effort.
CVC committee works all year long at raising awareness and funds, but also putting these type of events together.
In University Park, I'm Zachary Smith for Center County Report.
The organization also hosts the annual Coaches vs. Cancer golf tournament to raise money for the cause.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Casey Rigner with your forecast. If you're headed out right now, you may be experiencing some rain showers. Much of western and central Pennsylvania right now looks like we may have some light rain showers in the area. We have this low up in Canada with a cold front draping along the eastern United States, hence why we're kind of seeing that light rain as of right now. Kind of a dull and gray start to the day today. Overlooking Beaver Stadium and Mount Nittany, kind of looks like a spooky movie scene right now. Temperatures are in the upper 40s, 48 degrees right now. Winds are out of the southwest at 3 miles per hour. Now, it is warmer down in the southeast, and if you see these streamlines, that's the wind direction. We have these southerly winds bringing in some warmer air up into eastern Pennsylvania, quite the opposite over in western PA. And let me point out to you where these streamlines are coming together. That's actually the location of the cold front. And the reason I point it out to you is because it's a good indicator of where that precipitation or rain is as of right now. Looking at our future track model, we may have some more scattered and isolated rain showers throughout the afternoon here in central Pennsylvania. Nothing to cancel your plans over, just something to keep in mind as you're headed out. We will then remain dry for the rest of the night. This is around 10 p.m. Look up in Erie. They may even have some lake effect rain and snow showers. So once again, if you're out on the roadways, just kind of keep that in mind. You may want to be a little bit more cautious if you're driving around that time. We will remain dry for Wednesday thanks to that high pressure, limited cloud cover. Really nothing to worry about tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful day. It will be cool though. And then our next chance for rain will be on Thursday, and we may even have some snow in this week's forecast. I'll touch on that in the 7-day. 49 degrees today, winds will be out of the west. Tonight we'll cool off to just about freezing. 32 degrees, winds still out of the west with a few clouds lingering in the area. Tomorrow, 46 degrees, limited cloud cover, lots of sunshine. Winds will still be out of the west. And then I mentioned that snow. Look at Thursday. In the afternoon and evening, we're tracking some rain, and it's quickly going to switch over to snow. So we may see our first flurries of the season come Thursday. Clears up by the weekend, and then Sunday will be our next chance for rain. And what's crazy is on Veterans Day, we may even have some more snow showers in the afternoon. So how about that to start off November?
Gosh, I feel like every November 1st, State College, Center County, it just remembers it's supposed to be the North Pole. It's just so freezing.
It happens. It's like immediately once those leaves fall, winter's here.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely.
Unofficially. Yeah.
Of course. At State College. Well, while we talk about possible snow here, wildfires are still burning in California. But there is some positive news today. The Maria fire in Ventura County is now 70% contained, and cooler temperatures and lighter winds are helping firefighters. The fire started on Halloween and has burned nearly 15 square miles. Some schools were closed yesterday because of ash and debris from the fire. In Northern California, the huge wildfire in Sonoma County is now 76% contained. It's burned 121 square miles. In the meantime, President Trump is threatening to cut U.S. funding to California to help during wildfires because he says the governor has done a terrible job of forest management. Now here's Will Desatel with sports.
Coming up in sports, we'll take a look ahead to Penn State soccer and the Big Ten tournament, plus checking in on Nittany Lion men's and women's basketball as they open the season. Also coming up, Penn State hockey opened up Big Ten play over the weekend against Wisconsin. We have highlights and reaction after the break. I'm Will Desatel with sports. We start with high school football. The postseason has arrived for the State High Little Lions. The 9-1 Lions' last game was a week and a half ago when they beat Cumberland Valley in the Beaver Stadium Classic. This week they're getting ready for a playoff game on the road. State College will meet District 10 champion Erie McDowell. That game is set for Friday at 7 in Erie. McDowell is also 9-1 this season. Penn State football was on its second bye week over the weekend, but now it hits another challenging part of the schedule. The team held a scrimmage last week with the non-travel portion of the roster participating. This weekend, the Nittany Lions will head to Minneapolis to take on undefeated and 13th ranked Minnesota. The first college football playoff rankings of the season will also be released later tonight. Penn State hockey is 2-0 in the Big Ten as it gets ready for a new home series this week. The Lions opened conference play against Wisconsin over the weekend and looked more like the team that was picked to win the Big Ten this season. 12th-ranked Penn State hockey opened Big Ten play against 7th-ranked Wisconsin over the weekend. The Nittany Lions had not played a ranked opponent before the Badgers came to town, but Penn State played their two most complete games of the season so far.
I think this probably was, through 6 periods, probably one of our best performances.
Senior goaltender Peyton Jones continued his strong start to the season with 63 combined saves in the 2 games. In 6 starts this year, Jones has saved a Big Ten best 94.7% of his opponent's shots.
When I make some big saves and stuff, I think it definitely gives confidence to the guys. I mean, I'm going back there and they're going to play for me, and then, they're making nice plays and I'm going to play for them.
After scoring only 2 goals in its previous 2 games, Penn State scored 10 goals over the weekend against arguably the most talented team in the Big Ten. Both teams came into this series with top 5 scoring offenses, but on Thursday night, only Penn State's offense continued its hot start in a 5-1 victory. Friday's game, on the other hand, much more closely contested, but Sam Sternshine's game-winning goal in the 3rd period led the Nittany Lions to a 4-2 win, thus completing the sweep.
And to sweep a team like Wisconsin with the skill set they have and the players they have, it's a big weekend to get Big Ten play started.
Penn State will be back at Pagula next Friday and Saturday for a 2-game series against Michigan State. Penn State moved up to number 6 in the latest USCHO rankings. The Penn State men's basketball team's new season tips off tonight when they take on the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. The Nittany Lions return most of their starting lineup and are led by senior Lamar Stevens, who was selected for the Carl Malone Award watch list. The Nittany Lions will be looking to improve from last year's 14-18 record and claim an NCAA tournament bid for the first time since 2011. A new era of Penn State women's basketball began on Friday night at the Bryce Jordan Center. The Lady Lions rolled past Kutztown 64-44 in an exhibition matchup to start the hoop season. Led by Kamara McDaniel, the junior guard finished with a double-double, totaling 25 points and 10 rebounds for the Lady Lions. New head coach Carolyn Keeger made her Penn State debut.
First and foremost, I want to be at a place that wants to be elite and that wants to win national championships, and the leadership here drew me to that. Surround yourself with those on the same mission as you, and that's something that I want to be surrounded with every single day.
The Lady Lions travel to Towson this afternoon to take on the Tigers with a 4 p.m. tip-off. The Penn State women's soccer team is moving on in the Big Ten tournament after hosting Iowa on Sunday at Jeffrey Field. Reporter Mitch Stewart has the story.
Penn State faced Iowa in the Big Ten tournament quarterfinals and won its 7th straight match on Sunday. Allie Schlegel appeared to give the Lions an early lead after slotting the ball home in the 4th minute, but she was ruled offside. Both teams exchanged close opportunities throughout the opening minutes of this game, but it took until the 20th minute to break the deadlock. Penn State freshman Peyton Linehan ripped a left-footed shot from 25 yards out off the bottom of the crossbar as her team pleaded for the officials to review the strike. After a quick video review, Linehan's first career postseason goal and 6th overall this season was confirmed. Iowa had chances to equalize over the next few minutes, but Penn State goalkeeper Amanda Dennis held strong. Then, in the 35th minute, the Nittany Lions earned a corner kick that found the head of Kaylee Reel. Rachel Wasserman was wide open in the box to smash the loose ball home to double Penn State's advantage before the break. The second half turned chippy as the teams combined for 9 fouls. After just 5 combined shots in the final 45 minutes, the Lions held on for the 2-0 win to advance. With today's 2-0 win over Iowa, the Penn State women's soccer team has now moved on to the Big Ten Tournament semifinals. The rest of the tournament from this point out will be hosted at Rutgers University. Penn State will take on Purdue, the 8th seed in this tournament, at 11 a.m. on Friday morning after the Boilermakers upset top-seeded Wisconsin earlier on this afternoon. In University Park, I'm Mitch Stewart for the Center County Report.
Penn State faces Purdue on Friday. With a win, the Lions would advance to the championship game on Sunday. That's all for sports. Now back to you guys at the anchor desk.
Thanks, Will. Coming up next, A Taste of Hollywood is coming to Center County in just 3 days. We'll preview the event happening for the first time at a historic venue in Phillipsburg.
Something exciting is coming to Phillipsburg this weekend, and this event has a little something for everyone to enjoy. The Center Film Festival is making its debut at the historic Roland Theater. Stories at the Roland will feature award-winning feature films, short films, and student work, along with live music, film, and documentary masterclasses. Festival organizer and Penn State film professor Pearl Gluck is excited to bring the festival to Phillipsburg and get students and local communities involved.
Honestly, more than anything, this festival has been fueled by community and student engagement. It's been incredible.
The festival begins on Friday evening at 5 and runs through Sunday at 5. You can get the schedule, tickets, and other information on their website, centerfilm.org.
That's all for today's newscast. You can find more of our stories on our website, centercountyreport.com.
And you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Twitter feed, that's at Center County REP. On our Facebook page, we also have a Center County Report Instagram. Join us for our next newscast on Friday. Have a good day.
We hope you enjoyed watching the video. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you did.
For the rest of our newscasts and featured stories, click here.
And for sports, click here. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.